And there's some folks this day and time has got attitude problems, bad attitudes. I'll give you a prime example. A while back, we went to a cookout. One of my nephews works for this oil company, and they had a cookout. Invited me to go with them on this big farm, and they had food. They had a band over there playing and pony rides for the kids, all kinds of stuff. And when we got there, we was walking over to where the crowd was. This fellow said, "Sir, would you mind doing me a favor?" I said, "Well, I'll do it if I can. What you need me to do?" He said, "I need one more person to help me serve this food." I said, "Well, I'll be glad to help." So they had one of them little boxes with them little square pats of butter where you just peel off that wax paper and swipe it on your roll or your biscuit. He said, "If you just put one of these on everybody's plate when they go by, I sure would appreciate it." I said, "I'll be glad to." So they was getting their food, and I was putting a little pat of butter on everybody's plate. Well, this one fellow just stopped. I said, "You need to move along." He said, "Well, I don't want some more butter." He said, "Give me a couple more of them butters." I said, "Well, I can't do that." I said, "They told me to give everybody one." He said, "Well, I want a couple more of them. One ain't enough." I said, "Well, I know, but I said, if I give everybody 2 or 3, we'll run out of them." I said, "So I can't give you any more." I said, "You need to move along." Well, this fella said, "Apparently you don't know who I am." I said, "No, sir, I don't. Who are you?" He said, "I'm the president of this corporation." He said, "I own this company." He said, "All these people are my employees." He said, "I bought all this food and I'm paying for the music and everything else, and you're my guest here." And he said, "I want a couple more of them butters right now." I just looked at him. I said, "Well, apparently you don't know who I am." He said, "No, I don't. Who are you?" I said, "I'm the fella that's in charge of the butter." Sure. I said, "You ain't getting no more butter." Which they pulled me off of the food line after that, but I didn't mind.